Hudson O'Neal going to a backup car, and that's why he is going to lag back the tail of the field in this one, James.
So is Tim McCready. Tim McCready as well.
Well, the first of 3 B mains here tonight for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. And James, as you mentioned, 12 eligible points events coming into the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series Speed Weeks. Of course, we rain one of them out at Golden Isle Speedway, so that means out of 11 events, drivers have a chance. Their 6 best finishes count toward the championship. And of course, not next week, but week after, coming up at Golden Isle Speedway, that'll be the last 2 chances at Speed Weeks to get good point scores. And man, we've had some fantastic racing down here. And honestly, we've been very lucky that only that Friday that we only truly lost that Friday at Golden Isles. Of course, Monday we lost to weather, but we made it over the course of Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and it's just been quite the ride here at Speed Weeks 2024.
Now, thanks to Coleman Farms, also Brett Coleman coming on board this year at the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, the sportsmanship driver of the year in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. They'll get $2,500 cash, courtesy of Coleman Farms at our awards banquet later in the year. The Brandon Ford Pace Truck. So, again, with McCready going to the back and a backup, so that'll move. Nodorf will still be on the pole, but David McCoy to the outside, DJ, in the 187. Then it's Matthews in 33 and Pearson in 46.
Yeah, they're going to cross the field over. You're exactly right, James. Is Tim McCready, Hudson O'Neal basically guaranteed, well, Hudson O'Neal, of course, being the defending series champion, guaranteed a provisional starting spot. Tim McCready will likely use a series provisional as well. There's a look at Danny Snyder's number 4S. Also kind of lagging back. Several guys kind of lagging back towards the back end of the field here in this one. You've got in all, you've got what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. You got about 9 or 10 cars really kind of up front right there together behind the pace truck. And you've got a group of them back there in the back with O'Neal, McCready, and the 6 of Adam Boyd also. Not sure why Adam Boyd is lagging back unless he just maybe wants to get a few laps following 2 of the best in the business with Hudson O'Neal and Tim McCready. All right, well, go ahead, Ben.
I was just going to say, these guys lay much further back. They're going to be in front of the leaders when they come to the green flag. So
I thought that.
Oh, man. It was kind of like, I think back in the day, the World of Outlaw Sprint Cars, Jeff Swindell told me, I think it was him and Doug Wolfgang, they had a game of who would pull through the pit gate last. And they finally, the World of Outlaw officials were like, Ted Johnson said, guys, you got to quit because they missed hot laps one night somewhere sitting in the parking lot because they were playing a game. That's kind of what this feels like right now.
All right, well, the caution lights have been turned off. Green flag will wave this time by, James. It's Blair Nodorf on the pole. And as you'd mentioned, David McCoy will move to the outside of row number 1. 10 laps in distance, top 2 transfer, and they go green in the Newton Ag Solutions starting zone.
So provisional and still based on last year's points. O'Neal, Thornton, McCready, Blair, Pearson, Hughes, Robinson not yet in. Blair Nodorf. Been good all speed weeks here in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Here comes Pearson on the outside of David McCoy. Battle into turn number 1. EPJ, he'll diamond off the corner, shoot down the back straightaway. Matthews right in front of him. Now Pearson will have to make the move back on Matthews, as pulling away is South Dakota driver Blair Nodorf.
Yeah, but man, oh man, that is a great battle there for the second spot. As you mentioned, David McCoy has it. Jeff Matthews and Earl Pearson Jr. trying to take it away, and man, what a wheel hop by the 187 of McCoy back there, as Hudson O'Neal and Tim McCready will both yield to the infield as they get a little bit of testing done on those new race cars. Battle for the second spot that time by, give it to Earl Pearson Jr. in the 46.
Then Jason Brown out of Farley, Iowa, BMF, Clements Powered, Lucas Oil Products, Sketchberger Trucking. Here comes Matthews in. If they don't have a series provisional, they are done for the weekend. Right now, Nodorf and Pearson down the back straightaway. Matthews will drift up the track on McCoy. Then it's Jeff Matthews, Rod Conley, Seth Daniels. 5 down and 5 go here in Fast Shafts B main number 1 in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series.
Trust me, you're not missing anything up front. Blair Nodorf has He is packed up and already headed back to Snowdrift land in this one, as he's got over a 3-second advantage on the 46 of Earl Pearson Jr. There's a good look at the Bargain Barn Tire Center Grandpa Ben's ranch-sponsored 76 of Blair Nodorf, and a good speed weeks for the former Tri-State Late Model Series track champ. James, 3 laps to go, and he has stretched out now to a 3.7 second advantage over EPJ.
Coming out of turn number 4, 8 down, 2 to go. Pearson still second, well behind, but Earl Pearson Jr. solid in second, and they will have the Barron's Performance 1 lap to go, and then they'll go to the UNO8 scales to advance to tonight's 50-lap A-Main.
And you called it. The Barron's Performance 1 to go is flying for your race leader. Renner, South Dakota's Blair Nodorf, as he heads down the back straightaway for the final time. Earl Pearson Jr. solidly in the second spot, and that's how they're going to finish here in Fast Shafts B Main number 1. Snowdrift, Blair Nodorf will take the win. EPJ, Earl Pearson Jr., a very distant second spot. Those two transfer in ahead of Jeff Matthews, Rod Conley, and Seth Daniels, rounding out the top 5 here in Fast Shafts B Main number 1. So Nodorf and Pearson will advance, and momentarily we will roll out the University of Northwestern Ohio B Main number 2. And as you and I glance down through the lineup in this second B Main, man, there are some good ones in this one.
Down on the front row, a pair of Lucas Oil regulars here in UNOH B Main number 2. By the way, Longhorn Chassis $2,500 scholarship at UNOH, www.unoh.edu for more information. You're a young man or young woman want to get involved in motorsports, and we've had several over the years work on the crews of the race cars with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. I know Tegan Evans, she goes to UNOH, so if you want to get involved, it's a great sport to be involved with, and man, it shows you how popular it is here tonight and how popular East Bay is.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Man.
Unbelievable. In UNOH, they got some of their modifieds racing over at Volusia here. They're having them over there racing this past week as well. Great school there in Lima, Ohio. Definitely check them out if you are interested in a possible career in anything at all high performance related. Again, it's unoh.edu. And while we mention it real quick, as this heat makes its way, I want to send out some condolences to the friends and family of Terry Hall. Terry Hall from Lima, Ohio, longtime modified standout, late model standout before that. He represented the UNOH booth a few times last year at Illinois Speed Week. Unfortunately, Terry just lost his battle with cancer here within about the last week or so. So certainly want to send out big-time prayers to all of his friends and family. James, we've got UNOH B Main number 2 rolling on the Speedway. Here's your starting lineup.
And starting on the pole will be the 20 RT. It'll be Ricky Thornton Jr. out of Martinsville, Indiana, and Max Blair, the Centerline Motorsports 111. He is out of Centerville, Pennsylvania.
Chase Younghands will roll from the inside of row 2. He's out of Manhattan, Kansas. On his outside on the Skyline Motorsports 157, the Winfield Warrior, Mike Marlar.
Tim Doan, Cross Lanes, West Virginia, former East Bay winner inside row 3, and Hayden Cowan in the Rum Runner 214. He's out of Rincon, Georgia.
Tyler Millwood, he's out of Kingston, Georgia, in the Millwood Plumbing 31. He starts inside row 4. He'll be flanked by the Coldwater, Mississippi driver. The 51 is Brandon Carpenter.
Row 5 will be Jack Riggs. He's out of Nolensville, Tennessee, in the 81J, and Ryan Payne out of Pennsboro, West Virginia, in the 12R.
And row number 6 is going to have Corey Lawler, Poncho's son, out of Hanover, PA, on the inside. Milledgeville, Georgia's Parker Martin, Chris's son, on the outside.
2-star, it'll be Logan Hitt, Buckhannon, West Virginia, Brian Shirley out of Chatham, Illinois, and then Clay Harris and Drake Troutman. And looks like we got several scratches out here in this one.
Yep, scheduled to have 14 in this one, James. We'll go with what we've got. Drake Troutman going to tag kind of at the back of the field in this one, as we saw a few drivers do in the last one. 10 laps, top 2 transfer. UNOH B Main number 2 going green this time by in the Nutrient Ag Solutions starting zone.
Ricky Thornton Jr., number 1 here at East Bay. The winner of this race will start 17th here tonight in the 50-lap main.
Man, Brandon Carpenter bicycled down in turns 1 and 2, and I saw the entire undercarriage of that race car. Oh, he does it again. I have no idea how that car didn't go over down in turns 1 and 2.
We're out in front. Blair is second. Third down the back straightaway, Younghands in. It's Mike Marlar, the 157. As they come out of turn 4. The Big River Steel, Hoker Trucking, Longhorn Clements for SSI Motorsports. Current Midwest Sheet Metal points leader in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series into turn 3. Max Blair second. Last year's O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, Mike Marlar right now on the outside looking in, James, as you said, as he tries to pull alongside Chase Younghands. That's a battle for third. Both those drivers on the outside looking in as Max Blair holds down the second and final transfer spot. There you see Mike Marlar. He's able to work his way by the 18 Chase Younghands and take second. We'll see if Marlar can close any gap now between himself and Max Blair. 1.3 seconds the distance between the 111 and the 157.
Down the back straightaway, about 7-8 car lengths into turn 3. Ricky Thornton Jr. was 1.6 seconds out of Max Blair last time around. Here comes pedaling hard Mike Marlar. 5 down, 5 to go. Out in turn 2, Marlar will have a run, but he's still about 5 car lengths back in the 157. Off in turn 4, it is RTJ in the 1. Looking for his third Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series victory of the season down the back straightaway. But they'll have to come from 17th to do it here tonight.
No big deal. Ricky Thornton Jr. last night was charging through the field and gained, I believe, 19 positions. So if he wins this one, as you said, he'll come from 17th. There's the battle for second. The final transfer spot is under contest as Max Blair has it. The 157 of Mike Marlar trying to take it away, coming around this time. 2 laps to go.
Barron's Performance, 1 lap to go. Blair now. Here comes Marlar, gets a run down the back straightaway. Blair trying to hold off Mikey Marlar into 3. It is all Ricky Thornton Jr. Looks like he's going to lead wire to wire at the Barron's Performance. 1 lap to go.
Final time around in the battle for the final transfer spot, again under protest, is Max Blair trying to keep Mike Marlar behind him for one final time. RTJ's got this one. He wheels the 20 RT off corner number 4. Here's the battle for the final transfer spot. It'll come right down to the line. Give it to Max Blair. Over Mike Marlar, Chase Younghands, and Tim Dome will round out the top 5 in University of Northwestern Ohio B main number 2. RTJ and Max Blair work their way in the show. Everyone else on the outside looking in. We'll see how the provisionals shake out. And we have got just one B main left. My Race Pass B main number 3. As these drivers make their way off the track, that third My Race Pass B main will be pulling on the backstretch momentarily. James, we talked about Brandon Carpenter bicycling up down in turns 1 and 2. I believe we have got a Flow Racing Instant replay. Watch this, my friend. It's number 51. Got her up on 2 wheels down here in turns. There he is on the right side of your screen. Boom! Right there. Man, I thought that car was going over, and he did a tremendous job keeping that car underneath of him, and was able to keep going. He bicycled again down in turns 3 and 4 the very next time by. So My Race Pass B main number 3, there you see it in the staging lane. Here's your starting lineup. It'll be Brandon Thurlby out of Traverse City, Michigan, starting on the pole, and on his outside out of Lebanon, Missouri, the 25, Tony Jackson Jr.
It'll be 1Z. It'll be Logan Zarin. He's out of Hookstown, Pennsylvania. And Mark Whitener, the veteran out of Middleburg, Florida, in car number 5.
Row number 3 out of Uniontown, PA, Michael Lake in the Bobby Lake Motorsports 27, and Trevor Collins out of Seaford, Delaware in the 11C.
It'll be Ross Robinson, Georgetown, Delaware, his hometown, in car 7, and Spencer Hughes out of Marina, Mississippi, in the 19M.
Larry Grube, Semper Fi, Mulder, South Carolina, the 29, and Brendan Willard at Lebanon, Missouri in the 3.
Todd Brennan, he's out of Zanesville, Ohio, the 20B, and Jason Jack out of right here in Tampa, Florida, in the 32.
If they are able to make it, your final starters will be Bob Gardner, Will Harrington, and Levi Yetter. Remember, Yetter did not start his heat race, so scheduled to have 15 cars in this third My Race Pass B main. We'll see how many of them are able to answer the call, as looks like we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of them in the staging lane. I do not see Spencer Hughes. I do not see Levi Yetter. There's Brennan Willard rolling up. As those drivers are going to be making their way to the track here in just a second. Well, this is it, James. Final prelim of the night. Right here, My Race Pass B main number 3. And after this, just one event left.
One more.
Yep.
And again, it'll be, we'll tape that for MAV TV as well. That'll be on MAV TV, channel 214, for those that have Direct TV in a couple of weeks. And then we'll be off for a couple of weeks. Now, don't forget, right here, Monday and Tuesday, the high limit sprint cars, which will be live on Flow, right? Monday and Tuesday.
I can't wait to watch that. That'll be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun, man.
And then they'll make their way to Golden Isles at the end of, in 2 weeks on a Thursday night, the high limit sprint cars. And then on Friday will be the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. And Lucas Oil and high limit on Saturday, the 24th? Yes, the 24th. Today's the 10th. Looking forward to that. All right, we'll see how many make the call here, and then we'll figure up the provisionals here tonight.
Brandon Thurlby on the pole. He was close, man. He was in a transfer spot in his heat race. Tony Jackson Jr. taking the reins of that Capitol House car this year.
I do know, based on last year's points, again, not official till it's unofficial till it becomes official, would be O'Neill and McCready. And then the only other two left would be Spencer Hughes and Ross Robinson. And then we'll go with the current loyalty program drivers. And again, I'm not going to get into all that till Ashley gives us the final word on it. The Brandon Ford Pace trucks make their way down to the pit area, or down in the turn number 3. Brandon Ford, the world's largest volume Ford dealer, located right, well, not that far away, right? Just a few miles away. Brandon Ford, be sure to stop in there. If you're in town tomorrow, if you're staying for the high limit races here on Monday and Tuesday, give them a look.
Well, the Dave Warren Power Sports caution lights are going to be turned off. Green flag is going to wave this time as they get a few cars sorted out there towards the back of the field.
And again, this is a Brandon Ford TV Challenge race here tonight. Again, $15,000 to the driver. And we started at Golden Isles a couple of weeks ago. It's the Brandon Ford TV Challenge point races here tonight.
Brandon Ford, Pace Trucks in Brendan Thurlby, going to start on the pole of this one. He has not made a feature here this week. Former two-time American Ethanol Series champ on the pole, Tony Jackson Jr. on the outside. Jackson, a 5-time Mars champion, and this one is underway.
Ross Robinson on the bottom. Tony Jackson Jr., they bounce through their whitener. Oh, man. And it's going to be a redo here.
Got all kinds of, what would you say they were, cattywampus down there?
Yeah.
And, oh, man, looks like Brandon Thurlby getting called for a jump start bid.
Yeah, and I tell you what, down there in 1 and 2, you see track conditions where engine guys are worried. You see track conditions where shock guys are worried. You see track conditions where engine guys are rear end guys are worried. All of the above down there in 1 and 2, if you don't hit it right, man, there was a few guys back in the pack. I think Larry Grew bounced about 9 times on the back of that race car through the middle of that corner.
There's
Spencer
Hughes, yeah.
Spencer Hughes decided to
join the party,
yeah.
Entered the chat.
He would have an emergency provisional based on last year's points, so.
See if that team
and again, that's unofficial.
See if that team decides to use it if he's unable to race his way in.
Right.
So, yeah, unfortunately for Brandon Thurlby, he gets put back a row from Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series officials. So that readjusts the lineup. Tony Jackson Jr. on the pole, and now Logan Zarin, who's made 2 features here this week, on the outside.
Far down the main straightaway. Tony Jackson Jr., the Capital 25 house car. For Shane Clay and Joe Gotze, turning the wrenches, grandson of the Hall of Famer Ray Gotze down the back straightaway. As they go into turn 3, here comes Whitener on the bottom. He'll edge by Thurlby. Whoa, slides up the track. But Logan Zarin has been good. Like you said, he's made 2 features early in the week, trying to make a 3rd here in the Winter Nationals finale.
Yeah, let's not forget, trouble for Todd Brennan at Zanesville, Ohio in the 20. And what started off as a good night for him has gone downhill ever since, as he loses the tail end of that entry. So the driver of the Full Moon Contracting Hot Shot 107 Dow Cameron oil and gas sponsored car will bring out the Dave Warren Power Sports caution. 1 in, 9 to go. We'll take a look at the instant replay.
Yeah, he had a good qualifying time earlier, but it has all been downhill since then, and there he goes around. So 1 down, 9 to go. There's the 25.
So a Delaware double file restart, James, as you mentioned, with 1 in, 9 to go in My Race Pass B main number 3. And it is Tony Jackson Jr. out front. Logan Zarin going to choose the inside lane on this restart. Mark Whitener. Whitener kind of the opposite of Todd Brennan. Whitener started off with a qualifying effort that really was not to his liking. Started dead last in his heat race. Was able to work his way up and grab a outside second row starting spot in this B main. And now he is going to be on the outside of Logan Zarin on this Delaware double file restart. James, 1 down, 9 to go, 2 transfer.
Logan Zarin, the second generation driver, Hookstown, PA, as they will fire at the Nutrien Solutions restart zone. 1 down, 9 to go for the 5-time Mars, 2-time Lucas Oil MLRA champion Tony Jackson Jr. Whitener gets a run up top, bounces through turn 2. Here comes Thurlby back on the bottom at 69.
And Brandon Thurlby trying to mount a head full of steam and work his way back into one of those 2 transfer spots. Was up there, called for a jump start, and now trying to fight his way back in. Tony Jackson Jr. leads. Logan Zarin is second. You're looking at the battle for third. Thurlby had it momentarily. Whitener, though, able to drive back on the outside. Whitener's got a good run. Ross Robinson, though, is going to spin in turn 2. He's going to limp his car to the infield, and he may have to use an emergency provisional from last year's series points. James, he's out of the party in this one.
Tony Jackson Jr. coming out of turn 4, the veteran driver out of Lebanon, Missouri. Here comes the battle for second. Whitener, Zarin, and Thurlby is going to turn number 1.
Yeah, great battle there for the second spot, James. This happens about 1.6 seconds behind your race leader. Logan Zarin has that final transfer spot. Whitener and Thurlby trying to find the smoothest way around this 1/3 mile oval and work around Zarin and work their way into the show. Zarin, though, found a line to his liking, leaving these 2 drivers now to battle for third.
5 down, 5 to go. We'll do lap 6. It's 1.6 seconds the lead for Tony Jackson Jr. into turn 1. And that Superior Power Custom Homes, Bill Stein Elite Trailers, Daily Construction, Norris Logging, Springfield Raceway, Merrill Bonding, Capital Scott Bailey Power Plant under the hood. 7 down, 3 to go.
Michael Lake going to pull the 27 car into the infield. His final Veland Winter Nationals is done as well. Still a 1.6 second advantage for Tony Jackson Jr. over that guy, Logan Zarin. Zarin, James, finally kind of shaking himself free, as you see there on your screen, from the 5 of Mark Whitener as well as the 69 of Brandon Thurlby. 2 laps to go in the final prelim of the night, and we are going to have a Dave Warren Power Sports caution as the 11AC of Trevor Collins has slowed to a stop on the outside of the back straightaway. So Trevor Collins is going to try to get the fire rebuild underneath the hood of that 11AC. James, we're going to have, it looks like we'll go back to 7 lap scored. So 7 laps in the books, 3 laps to go in this 3rd My Race Pass B main. And there you see track officials tending to the 11AC of Trevor Collins. And looks like it may have been... may have just signaled for a push over there for Trevor Collins. Man, a tough break for the driver out of Seaford, Delaware, as the 2023 Delaware National Speedway, Georgetown Speedway track champion, a 5-time winner a year ago. Looks like his helmet is off, and his Veland Winter Nationals has come to an end as well.
Look for a good year for Logan Zarin. He's off to a good start this year, as you mentioned, and of course, we'll see him at Lernerville and I'm sure Port Royal as we make our way through the season.
You'll be at Port Royal here in about just a little over 2 months.
Yep. That firecracker, looking forward to it. 50,000 to win, and bam, bam.
Brock Pinkerus
making his super late model debut. We mentioned Michael Doritsky last week going full-time open late model racing as well.
Yeah.
Be with our good friends, the Rush Late Model Series as well at Lernerville coming up in June.
Single file, I believe it would be a single file restart here with 7 laps scored, 3 laps remaining in this one. As again, Tony Jackson Jr. leads. Man, he didn't want to see that caution, James. He had a 1.6 second advantage over Logan Zarin, and Zarin certainly didn't want to see it because he had 2.5 seconds over Mark Whitener. The field now will be tightened back up for this single file restart, again with 7 laps in the books, 3 laps to go in My Race Pass B main number 3, the final prelim of the night.
Spencer User came in off of Highway 41 there a while ago. He's up to 5th, but we'll see what happens as we come out of turn 4 at the Nutrient Ag Solutions restart zone with 3 to go, with Tony Jackson Jr. and Logan Zarin will lead them to the line.
And Logan Zarin going to swing high off the corner momentarily, opens up the door for Mark Whitener. Whitener going to try to race his way into the show. Not able to do so there. Zarin keeps the 1Z underneath him. Here comes Whitener back down to the inside. You're looking at the battle for second, James. 2 to go.
You know Whitener's going to throw it in there. You know that. Here they come, 2 to go. Whitener working that bottom, and they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway to the Barron's Performance. 1 lap to go in the second of 3. Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series B mains tonight, and Brandon Thurl will be down in turn number 2. And the Dave Warren Power Sports caution is out.
And the B main that would not end. My Race Pass B main number 3 is, looks like Brandon Thurlby loses power on that Dave Bowen Trucking number 69. The good news is we got another lap in. The bad news is we still have 2 to go, as this one just continues to creep along here in the Veland Winter Nationals finale presented by Lucas Oil. And that also gives a new lease on life to the 19 Emma Spencer Hughes, who had worked his way up to the 4th spot. As there's a look at the JCM Motorsports 19 Emma Spencer Hughes. Look at that right rear quarter panel just dangling off of that race car. And Logan Zarin, James, I mean, he just wants this one to end. He's in the second spot. He's
I want it to end.
Man, yeah.
I want it.
You and me both. We've needed a restroom break for
Mama said
an hour.
there'd be nights like this. Hey, we got a 50 lap Bay main coming up.
All right, yellow lights off. Green going to wave this time. 8 down, 2 to go. My Race Pass B main number 3. Please stay green. Tony Jackson Jr., Logan Zarin bring him through the Nutrient Ag Solutions starting zone.
Here comes Whitener's going to go down to the bottom. We'll see if he can keep it glued down there as Zarin goes to the middle. Whitener better through 2. He'll take second. Jackson will lead ahead of the Barron's Performance. 1 lap to go, and Whitener may win this race as he bounces. Oh man. Got into Jackson.
You're
Jackson
both in the show.
The gas. Whitener.
You're both in the show.
And Jackson not a happy camper.
Oh, baby. Oh, man.
Well, here's the deal. I think that Dave Warren Power Sports caution was already out because we had 2 spun around down in turn number 4. But I don't know what's happening out front. That's some Gateway Dirt National stuff right there, where you're both in this show and you're just pile driving each other, man. It makes no sense.
I mean, Brennan
Zarin's
Willard
into the hot pit too, guys.
Yeah, Brennan Willard is into the wall. Right now, there's only a couple cars running.
What are we doing?
I mean, oh baby.
10,000 to win B main, where you both transfer to the future. I don't know, man. I don't.
Somebody tell them we're taking 2. We're both in the show.
We're gonna have an open red here in a minute to put fuel in these cars.
For those at home, Ben, we're going to play that entire
And that lap in its entirety. I mean, why not?
Our friend Mike Norris would say, kerfuffle.
All right. Well, let's see what happened, and we will also keep our eyes on what's happening on the racetrack right now. For those of you at home. There's the 1Z hopping up the racetrack. I think everyone was kind of clean right there. And they go off into turns 3 and 4. And Whitener hooks a run, and he washes up into Tony Jackson Jr. Jackson tries to wrestle the car off the wall. They make contact. Logan Zarin tries to drive by both of them. They all make contact down in turns 1 and 2. I mean, it's just unbelievable.
Meanwhile, we lost total control. We got cars in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. We got crews crossing the racetrack. The gates open.
Our pets' heads are falling off.
Yes, you knew where that was going. I mean, I'm watching Shane Clanton down here. I'm thinking the temperature inside his head's about 8,000 degrees right now, watching that Capital Race Car 25. And it looks like with 1 to go, Whitener, at least by the scoreboard, I don't know if they got that last lap or not, though, would be your leader.
We show 9 in, Ben. So it should be a green-white combined and Checker.
So we'll see
maybe.
who's the leader. To your point, James, Spencer Hughes sits back in third, and he came from Ocala shortly after this one started. I mean, this has been like a full moon kind of B main here.
Well, the second B main.
Wow.
Shane's like. Second B main last night took a while. This one is as well.
So getting word that the Dave Warren Power Sports caution was already out before
For Brendan Willard.
Yeah, for Brendan Willard before all of that happened down in turns 1 and 2. So my oh my.
So Jackson and Whitener.
Yeah, I believe. And
Ben, you want to run down there and tell both of them they're both in the show?
I'm
Stop them and tell
I'm going to see my way out of that conversation. I want no part of that.
You remember the old days before receivers, you could do that, pull them over and tell them.
Oh, man. Well, okay. So, yeah, Whitener is going to be out in front with 1 to go. And right now, Spencer Hughes, if I'm him, I don't get too close to those guys on this restart because I don't know what's going to happen.
I believe, actually, when that caution came out for Willard, that 9th lap was not complete. So it's going to be a 2-lap. It's going to be a 2-lap dash to the finish, I believe.
You think?
I don't know. The flagman does have the white flag in hand. I'm going to wait and see what Derek does. Nope. Ben called it. 1 to go. 9 in, 1 to go. Green and white waves simultaneously. Spence might race his way into the 19M. You're both in the show.
Tony Jackson Jr.
You're both in the show.
Checkered flag. And Whitener's going to win it. Jackson is going to finish second.
3rd spot goes to Spencer Hughes. 4th, 5th, 6th, on back through the field. That one is
I have no words.
Finally over and has put us all out of our misery. Mark Whitener going to get the win here in My Race Pass B main number 3. Tony Jackson Jr. finishes second. You can see the rest of the field there on the left side of your screen, as that is a wrap on preliminary action here, mercifully, on the final Veland Winter Nationals.